Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Chipp Builder Series. I'm Scott Meyer, and we're so excited to have our guest today who helps entrepreneurs and leaders be mentally fit. He brings almost 3 decades of experience coaching and training to help leaders lead. This dragon is based in the great city of Fargo, just like me, and he can be
Yeah.
spotted supporting creators over a great cup of coffee at Youngblood. Most
Mhm.
importantly, you're speaking to one of the winners of the Chipp 15-Day Challenge, where he
Woo!
built AI tools to support his clients. Welcome to the virtual stage, best looking Glen, Mr. Glen Stevens. How are you?
Hey man, I'm doing great. That is the best introduction I think I've ever gotten. So
Well, you
thank
deserve
you
it.
for
I feel
that.
like so often I see you drinking a cup of coffee with someone, helping them out, and you're such a giver. I'm really curious how you wanted to start helping other leaders. It's such an interesting way to kind of focus your mental energy and your professional skills. So tell us a little bit how you kind of got into that space.
Yeah, there's a whole lot to it. Like I'm a very spiritual person, so I was a pastor for a couple of decades. And so part of my answer, real simple, is like I think God told me to. So which is a unique perspective for some people. They're like, what? Is this guy kind of wacko? And maybe I am, but I have that whole story, and that's a conversation in its own. So I'll just say, well, I really actually think God told me to in an unusual way, that it was sort of unmistakable. The other reason is like, I love leaders. I love learning about leadership. And I believe leaders are uniquely positioned to make a difference in the world, to make our world a better place because of the ripple effect. Like, especially if you think in business, entrepreneurs, let's say, they create solutions to problems that people have. So there's a benefit right there. The world's a little bit better because somebody's solving problems for people. And then when they're really good at it, they generate teams, they hire people, and they're providing a fun place to work. You get to create the culture, and you get to compensate people for their expertise and skill set that meets the needs of their family. Like, well, there's more ripples. And then when they're really, really good, they generate wealth and they use that to do good stuff. And so it's like for me, when I can get behind and come alongside and help those people, I feel really like I'm helping make the world a better place by helping the change makers.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, tell us a little bit about when you're meeting with these leaders. What role have you seen technology and maybe specifically AI start to come in conversation? I'm guessing it's coming up now. So curious kind of what questions you're getting or maybe how people are using it.
Well, it's definitely, you get the whole spectrum. There's the early adopters who are out there trying stuff and making things happen and doing some really neat things with AI. And they just see it as part of the change dynamics of our world. And you look back how many years the internet and email were brand new,
Yeah.
and those who got on it fast benefited from it more than those who were slow. So there's that group of people, and they're using it in whatever ways make sense to their company. And then there's the people in the middle who are sort of, they're open, but they're cautious. And then there's always the folks who are hesitant because it's unfamiliar and new, and it's just change
Yeah.
dynamics, change management. And so they are hesitant. I'm seeing people use it to speed up different processes that they have, or maybe replace. I just had a conversation with a woman a couple days ago. It's like people are leaving our company. I'm finding ways we can change some things and use AI that we don't have to replace certain positions because AI helps make up the difference. So you've got that aspect of it, of efficiency, cost savings. And then I like to use it for, I'm a creative person, so content creation, helping speed that process up, creating tools, custom GPTs for people that I might work with them to create something, a framework or a messaging framework. Now, how do you turn that into marketing collateral? Well, here's a couple tools that all you have to do is load it up and boom, you've got stuff. Now, make sure you edit it. And I love your human, the AI sandwich. You need a human to put in the prompt, let the robot do its thing, and then a human needs to clean it up on the other end and make sure it's authentic. But wow, that speeds everything up.
You did a lot of that work during the 15-day challenge. So we had a challenge where we asked people to, each day try creating a custom AI tool basically. And you took us up on a number of those. So walk us through kind of maybe the ones that jumped out and what you learned through the process.
What I learned through the process is Chipp is awesome. And you guys,
Thank you.
you provided some really great templates for the creation of the custom GPTs. I wasn't starting from scratch. I was just able to use the template, and that made it so easy to create something I maybe would have never thought of. Can help me out. The ones that, so the AI executive assistant was really important to me because I've had executive assistants. I'm going to have executive assistants, but right now I don't have one. And so having a tool I can use like an executive assistant to help me. The one I created in the Chipp Challenge today, I just used it to generate a specific email to send out to some CEOs that I wanted to connect with. And it helped create that really quickly and very professionally, better than I could have done it on my own. And then underneath that was another GPT I created, and it's in my Chipp applications. It's like a brainstorming one. And so I used the brainstorming tool to say, how could I add some incredible value in this particular email? Here's one idea I have that gave me an idea. And I iterated for, I don't know, 15 minutes and then picked one. And it summarized for me all the work. And then I asked it to write the email, and all of those things work together to create a really good, warm, value add email that I was able to send out that who knows what that will end up being for me in the future. So I really like that one. And then there's the bot, to be able to put a chat bot on my website so that people can interact with me, because I've taught it how to think and talk a little bit like me, just better. And to be able to have that as an interactive tool on my website, I didn't know I could do that. And again, what I learned was when you have a community of people who are doing this and are further along than you, and they're generous like you are at Chipp, everybody gets better faster.
That's amazing. Yeah. And I think seeing people use it is so helpful for us to kind of see what the use cases are. I'm curious, like, creating a robot to think like you. Did you learn anything about yourself through the process?
What did I learn about myself? What I learned was that I love being creative, and this allows me to be creative in new ways. I would think some people are hesitant to use AI because they feel like it stifles creativity because it's not human. And I felt like it helped stimulate my creativity because I'm human, and it's another tool, powerful tool, to help stimulate that creativity. I guess what I learned was there's some incredible tools that are being created right now that can help me stretch my boundaries of creativity and my boundaries of efficiency that I didn't know were there. And I learned it's not that hard. So I'm older than a lot of people probably watching this video. For me, I do love to learn, and I'm willing to try stuff. And the best way to learn is to fail a lot and learn from it and just keep on failing. So I'm not afraid to try something new. And that's very useful in this for me. I had a template and I saw how to do it. Now it's simple. I plug it in, but now I can just copy it and do it for another. Like, okay, this one created emails based on the story brand messaging framework that I work with customers on. I can do one for social media posts. And then I can do another one for LinkedIn posts, and just change little bits and pieces. But it's really easy to create 3 very specific targeted tools for 3 specific applications. It was so easy, I guess. I don't know, where maybe 2 years ago, I would have thought it would be hard.
Yeah. No, it probably was 2 years ago. That's what's so amazing, I think, is how quickly this all changes. And, I love hearing that because we always think about potential builders, right? Like what do they need to know? And I think the fact that it can make you more creative and it's not technically difficult is like a really great place to start. So of all the ones that you've built, the things you've seen, like if someone was going to get started with AI, where would you kind of point them in terms of the best use case, maybe as like dipping the toe in the water?
I would say find somebody who's using it already and maybe building some things. Obviously, people are aware of Chipp if they're watching this. Like, this is a great place to do some learning. I opened up a free account with Chipp and you're doing a good job of educating people on how. So find something like that. What I'd point people to is you and Chipp, because that's what I know. But then maybe if you have some friends, I built my first custom GPT because I had coffee with a 24-year-old and took an hour and just asked them, how do you do this? So do stuff like that and then have fun and try. To me, it's just like, oh, the ability to experiment and try stuff and see what happens is just fun. And the best use cases for me are speeding up the content creation as a solopreneur who has to wear all the hats. For me, let people know I actually exist. So I've got to be creating content that engages with the people I want to know I exist. And this has made it very possible and easy for me to do that on a weekly, regular basis and not be overwhelmed.
Well, amazing words, and we're so thankful that you participated in the challenge. Glen Stevens is based in Fargo, helps leaders understand and know what to do, be mentally fit. Tell us as we kind of close how you sort of help people and where they can learn more about you.
Yeah. So I train leaders' brains to eliminate negative thoughts and emotions and be able to pivot into that part of your brain where your superpowers are, where you can do your best work, build your best relationships, and feel good doing it, right? And so that is a easy thing to do if you know how. And like I just show people how. It's neuroscience, it's some cognitive behavioral psychology, and it's basically helping people rewire their brains to work better for them. And I do speaking on that. I do workshops and trainings. And then some people want one-on-one coaching for the transformational aspect of it, where they can really, really take it to the next level. And all of those are super fun for me. You can get a hold of me at my website is mentalfitnessguy.com. And my email is just Glen with one N at mentalfitnessguy.com.
Perfect. Well, we always say AI helps us do what matters. And it feels like Glen really helps people also do what matter. And I think that's what I love about this technology is it really can humanize. It can help you lean into your strengths. And like you said, if you don't have that executive assistant, you don't have to worry about all of the tasks. You can do the ones that you're going to be best at. So congratulations, Glen, on being one of our winners. And thank you so much for inspiring us today to build and take that first step. Hope you have a great weekend.
It was my pleasure. Thanks, Scott.